Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Field's Classic Rock. It's 5:51 and the Cult with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be sunny today with a high of 66. Tomorrow, cloudy with some rain showers, a high of 63. It's 51 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Chess Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky, known for his influential voice in the sport of chess, has passed away at the age of 29. That is young.
Do they know what killed him? Because he's a real young dude.
His family and the Charlotte Chess Center paid tribute to his talent and dedication to the game. Naroditsky achieved the title of Grandmaster at 18 and was a top-ranked player in both traditional and blitz chess. There's no word on what happened to him.
I mean, it's probably not a chess-related injury or illness. It's a pretty safe game for the most part.
Yeah, it wasn't a chess game that he succumbed injuries from.
Well, I mean, as a kid, I remember choking on a pawn.
Yeah.
But that's mostly because I didn't know how to play.
Oh, is that how it works?
Well, it wasn't my turn, but I didn't know what move to make, and chewing in the pawn was probably a mistake.
Usually it is when you put that pawn in your mouth.
In hindsight, yes.
A new biography reveals the intense on-set friction between Tupac and Janet Jackson during the filming of the 1993 movie Poetic Justice. The book details a relationship marked by resentment and clashing professional styles, culminating in a shocking demand from Jackson just days before a pivotal scene. The conflict was rooted in a significant pay disparity and perceived preferential treatment, leading to Tupac's unprofessional behavior on set. The tensions reached a boiling point when Jackson requested that Tupac take an AIDS test before filming a kissing scene. Wow.
Come on now.
Highlighting the breakdown of their professional relationship and personal animosity. That biography sheds light on the challenges of emerging music superstardom with Hollywood demands.
Right.
Sorry, I'll kiss you in this scene, but you got to take an AIDS test.
You're going to have to put a condom on your tongue.
That is probably like a pretty big insult.
Yeah, I would think so.
You know? Oh, you probably have AIDS. Go get a test before we do this working scene.
Listen, you're just, you're acting.
Yeah.
You can act like you're not contracting anything, because you probably wouldn't anyway.
No, you probably wouldn't. Adam Driver's portrayal of Kylo Ren in the Star Wars sequel trilogy was a highlight for fans, with his character's complex journey culminating in a redemptive act in The Rise of Skywalker. Driver expressed interest in returning to the role for another film, pitching a concept to director Steven Soderbergh for a project set after the events of the last movie. Despite enthusiasm from Lucasfilm executives and a promising script, the project was ultimately rejected by Disney, leaving fans disappointed. The proposed film, titled The Hunt for Ben Solo, would have explored new territory for the character, but unfortunately it will not come to fruition.
It's too bad.
How many more stories can you keep making off the same plot line?
Steve, I mean, it's more than just one story. There were many Jedi, and the Jedi Order fell, and each one has its own story. You could take this any number of ways.
Yeah.
Continuously. And make money hand over fist. I would love to have known the backstory of the Kylo Ren saga. And now, been taken away from us.
Now you're never going to find out.
I'm never going to find out.
You'll just have to make it up in your own head.
All right, I'm done. I just did it.
All right.
I know exactly what I would have wanted to happen.
And what happens?
Adam Driver dies at the end.
Don't spoil it for me.
How did I spoil it? It's never been made yet.
Well, it could have been.
Just talking about my imagination, and it has no bearing on this story.
John Stamos recently criticized Lori Loughlin's ex-husband Massimo Giuliani, calling him a terrible narcissist during an appearance on the Good Guys podcast. Stamos expressed sympathy for Laughlin, who recently split from is it Giannulli? I say Giuliani. It's Giannulli. I think
Something like that.
After 28 years of marriage, stating that he will never speak to Giannulli again. Stamos also revealed he's been supporting Laughlin through this difficult time, especially after the college admission scandal that led to her and the husband pleading guilty to fraud charges in 2020. Laughlin served a 2-month prison sentence, while Giannulli received a 5-month sentence.
Yeah, it's hard to get back on track in a relationship when you served hard time, like 2 months in prison.
Well, lesson learned.
Well, that's the last time she ever sets things up for her kids.
You think so?
No.
Keira Knightley has opened up about her experience with paparazzi harassment, revealing that she wore the same clothes every day to devalue photos taken of her. The actor recounted how photographers would shout offensive slurs at her in an attempt to provoke a reaction, leading her to take drastic measures to protect her privacy. Knightley's decision to wear the same outfit repeatedly and stand still when followed was a strategy to make her photos less valuable to those paparazzi. The actor also shared that she considered quitting acting and traveled through Europe by train to avoid the spotlight. Knightley's comments come in the wake of her recent involvement in voicing a character in the Harry Potter audiobook series.
Yeah, I feel for her. I know exactly what it feels like. I used to have the Reminder Rick chasing after me all the time. Chicopee Register was going after me pretty hard for a while.
G. Michael Dobbs standing there on a street corner outside of the fort.
Hiding
every time you're walking in with your good time buddies. He's taking notes.
Hide behind the shrubberies.
Yeah.
With his binoculars.
Sometimes it can be it's
intrusive is what it is.
It is
It's really intrusive. And I'm just a guy trying to get through life.
Well, good luck with all that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Damn, with these political stories. Hey, you want to watch HBO? Let's see. You want to watch HBO and check out the underrated British limited series It's a Sin on HBO Max, which follows a group of friends living in London during the AIDS crisis. Man, that sounds like a humdinger of a show.
Sounds like a lot of laughs.
The show highlights the misinformation surrounding HIV and AIDS at the time and the emotional toll of the epidemic. The performances are exceptional, with a focus on friendship, activism, caregiving, and tragedy. It's a Sin had a real-world impact in the UK, promoting increased HIV testing.
Probably pretty interesting.
Well, it probably is. I just did that story to skip over the 18 political stories that came with that. But
I'm glad you skipped over all the propaganda and go to the Kim Kardashian instead.
Yes, Kim Kardashian is promoting her new. Did you see these underwear? New fall bush underwear.
Yes, I did see these.
It appears that you're not wearing underwear, and it has a little,
It appears like you're not grooming either.
Right. You're just letting it all hang out.
Well, you must have something to say.
Oh my God! The last time I showed this much hair was when Ray J wore my pelvic piece like a Davy Crockett hat that fell in a beaver pond, in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
That's not wrong, Caitlin.
King of the Wild Frontier. I never got that done and dirty with you, mother Chris Kim. But I once ribbed her beanbag of enlightenment with the fury of a confused Buddhist monk during a thunderstorm. I let her tongue wash Big Jim and the Stink Twins. You ever meet those fellas?
I've met him from time to time. What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I learned how to play harmonica on the Charleston Chotch-Chew. You ever see, they come in chocolate and vanilla, by the way. Charleston Chotch-Chew. You ever have that?
Yeah, I sure have.
I think it's called bubblegum near the bum gum. Anyway,
it melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
It does, and that's your Hollywood Trash from Rock 102.
Your future.
Springfield's Classic Rock at 612 and Foreigner with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be sunny today with a high of 66, rainy tomorrow with a high of 63. It's 50 right now in downtown Springfield. You know, today is 10/21. It's 1021 day. Where's my gift?
Oh, you know, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get you a gift for 1021 day?
I don't know. I was just making it up. It's like a holiday. It's Rock 102 day. It's 1021.
Yeah, well.
It's like Pi Day, 3.14th, March 14th.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Mole Day, 3.
It is Marty's birthday today, apparently. Apparently, I saw that on the Facebooks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he is, but probably not as old as you might think.
Yeah, not old enough to know better to stay away from this show.
That's right. A round of Am I the A-Hole coming up. Also some information about a very exciting ticket giveaway that we'll do tomorrow. Tell you more all the details about that.
Tomorrow,
yes. In the meantime, I walked in here this morning.
Yeah.
Early on, went right to my mailbox, and I got myself a letter.
A letter?
What?
Letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mail today.
Or reach right out and grab one. Oh, letters.
Oh, we get letters.
Let's
Today. Oh, boy. Mailman, ding dong.
Mail today.
Yeah,
So-
you have like an actual physical letter.
Physical letter.
Not an email.
No. This says Bax Steve and ironically John. So I'm going to just read it as it is. Okay. First of all, good health to you and your families. Just in case you missed it, I found a heartfelt photo shoot and article that caught my eye. Way to go, gentlemen. I'll see you in November at the Mayflower Marathon. Thanks for making me laugh at myself, too, every morning. Continued success. Stay well. God bless. Respectfully, Mayor Dom Dom out.
Ooh,
Fa with the mayor. And look what he did. He actually, this is something that someone only over the age of 60 does. Mm-hmm. He actually cut out the article about us and the open pantry of the Mayflower Marathon.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and I think the reason he included John is because they used the file picture when John's included in that. So,
Right.
So the mayor giving us a little letter, which I thought was very nice of him to do.
Yeah, I always appreciate a nice word from the mayor of this fine city.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, that's who, a lot of people get the letter, but it's a handwritten note. Wasn't written by one of his flunkies in the office.
No.
Wrote it by hand.
It's Mayor Dom Dom.
That's it.
Mayor Dom Dom, who won the 1993 International Jump Rope Championship standing completely still.
He didn't even have to lift a toe.
Nope. One time he gave himself a lethal injection of potassium chloride to see if it would just give him a buzz. It did not. Well, that was nice of him that he packaged that all up for us.
He's done that before. We talked about it before going on the air. You mentioned the last time he sent you an article.
Yeah.
He laminated the article. This one was not laminated. I don't know if it's because of the government shutdown where the laminator's been put on ice or whatever, or he just didn't get around to laminating because there was a line. You just never know. But I don't need lamination to appreciate the effort that the mayor took to send us that article.
You know who's in competition with him is Cheryl Coakley Rivera, because she also packages up articles and sends them.
Who else used to do that?
Yeah.
Gail Candaris used to do that.
Gail
from time
Candaris,
to,
yes, yeah.
And even Judy Matt has done that from time to time. But yes, the mayor, Cheryl Rivera, and Gail Candaris, the trifecta of the three busiest laminators in city history.
Now, is that article that was included in there, was that after the comedy show happened, or was it just somebody doing a press release, a story on the press release that we sent out?
No, this was prior to the comedy show.
Yeah.
This is about the fact that we were doing the comedy show, which, by the way, went very, very well. Mm-hmm. And then it talked about the marathon, which begins on November 24th. So good.
Oh.
It's nice to see.
Good. Nice little positive news.
Absolutely.
Anything not factually correct?
I'm trying to remember if there was anything in this that I thought, well, maybe. Well, I mean, there was the number of what we raised last year, where they said 217,000.
Yeah.
236 or whatever.
You got to remember, by the time the final total comes in, it's Thanksgiving weekend. They're off.
They got to deadline it.
They already
did. And why follow up on the following Monday?
Well, because it's old news.
And they would never pass off old news.
People's attention spans don't last that long. No, They're not passing off old. They're not 22. They're not talking about a story that happened a month ago.
We're talking about a road closure that happened 2 days ago either.
Oh, yeah, that happened yesterday. There was something that, I think I-91 was closed, I think on Friday night.
Yeah, and 2 days later, they're still telling you which alternative routes to take for a road that's been open for 48 hours.
They're here for the community is what they are.
Yeah, but see, the community already is driving through.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Once they reopen the road, those of us who are within the community usually pass where that accident or your roadside construction may have taken place.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so we don't need to know the road closure 2 days later. We kind of need to know the road closure when you notify us on our phones.
Don't you want to appease to the guy who was yelling in the community forum, "What happened on I-91 yesterday? Why was there so many cars?"
Have you ever noticed how interesting it is that someone will go on the internet to find information from people on the internet when the information of what they're looking for is almost always on the internet?
Well, I mean, if something, some of these people who are shouting on these community forums, these things are happening near their homes, and they don't know what's going on because it just happened. But they're desperately hoping that one of their neighbors does know.
Yeah.
So what better way to do that than by going on your local community forum on Facebook and shouting in capital letters, "What's going on over at the library?"
Well, this article about the Mayflower Marathon is no different because because I posted a copy of the story, we went beyond the paywall on that one, just like we did the story about John a couple weeks ago. And there were people who were asking in comments below, when is the comedy show and how can I buy tickets? All that information was in the jailbroken story that I posted.
That's because nobody reads the article.
And apparently no one's listening to the radio show where at the time we were talking about it every 15 minutes.
Well, listen.
That'd be like someone saying, I keep hearing about this $20 dinner and a comedy show, but I don't know where the hell it is.
By the way, we added a show. There's now 2 shows this week. One is on Thursday night, and one is on Saturday matinee. You're
doing it?
Yeah, doors open at 4:30, dinner's at 5, and the show starts at 5:15.
That's fantastic.
At the Shortstop. Also,
who's going to be there?
Well, I don't know yet.
Okay.
But that'll be determined by the end of the week.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And it's a $25 dinner and a comedy show.
Kind of interrupts the flow of what normally goes on in the Shortstop on a Saturday, but nevertheless.
Yes, but we're charging.
Who among us over the age of 55 years old wouldn't like a nice, normal, early matinee comedy show?
You will be out of there by 7 p.m.
Just in time for me to get right to bed.
You go out for an early bird afternoon, 4:30, and then you have dinner by 5, and then 5:15 the show starts, and then 6:45 the show will be over and you'll be home.
Yeah. See, I know how we operate. We'd probably get there for 3 to eat dinner at like 3:30, hang out in time so we get a good seat, and that would I'll have to check with my wife to see if we've got plans on Saturday.
All right.
Because that's
an early bird special.
The perfect early bird special.
You can't beat it.
No, you can't. And we've been saying this for weeks now. This is what the older generation needs.
This is what the boomers want.
We're gonna pack this place.
The boomers and the quadriplegics, because they are also going to the show on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
See, you get to see. It's like a lineup. It's like a cameos. If we could just get Mike the Lawn Guy there, we'll have like an open line Friday on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, there you go. Well, there's the mailbag.
There you go.
There you go. Day. 25 at Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sully will have the full forecast for you today. It's a new guy.
New guy?
Well, he's
the old guy.
Same as the new. Meet the new guy. Same as the old guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yesterday was the day that we started selling the Rock 102 Mayflower Marathon Thunderbird hockey jerseys.
Yes.
$20. They're available now at the Rock 102 studios during regular business hours, 9 to 5 at 45 Fisher Avenue in East Longmeadow. Yesterday I get this email from a listener who wants to know if he gets out of work at like 4:45 and wouldn't be able to get here until 5:15, could he still get his shirt at 5:15? And I said no, because
We close.
we close at 5. And then he responded, could Pat Kelly take my $20? And I thought,
Don't
can
put that
Pat Kelly be trusted with $20? I'm not sure I would trust him with $20.
Well, it's not. I don't suspect him to be a thief of anything. It's just being an accountant is something that he's not good at.
No.
So
there's a lot of things he's he's unaccountable for.
He might not get the instructions properly. He might not even be here for all we know.
I mean, it's, who knows what's going on in the afternoons over there. I just the answer is no. If you can't be here by 5, then you'll have to find other ways of getting your shirt.
Exactly.
Maybe make arrangements. Maybe someone can come by the station on your behalf with $20. Maybe buy a shirt for themselves and a shirt for you. That would take $40, but if they can do it during regular business hours, it shouldn't be a big deal. And no, we're not going to hold a shirt for you.
And that's the thing. Do you not know somebody who can't get over here between 9 and 5?
There's got to be someone you know who's got nothing else going on.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe a friend of yours.
Friend, a parent, an elderly
A guardian.
aunt or uncle. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe they could do it on your behalf. But no, we're not going to let Pat Kelly hold your $20.
That's not his job anyway.
I didn't know what his job is, to be quite frank. And
Well, it's not that. That's all I know.
been working here for, I don't know, what, 18, 20 years? I still don't know what he does for a living.
I think he's 20 years next year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
You ready to laugh?
Why not?
All right.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's classic rock.
My baker. I have a baker.
You have a baker.
My baker's wife just died.
Really?
I bought him some flowers. It was the yeast I could do. You see?
That's a flower
Yeah.
joke.
Oh, yeah, wheat flour, bread flour.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff. Very good.
Yeah, she would have wanted it that way.
Bax and Nagle.
6:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It is brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. Is local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Banks. 5 suspects were arrested in connection with a break-in in an abandoned building in East Longmeadow on Friday. The East Longmeadow police stated that on October 17th at approximately 8:45 p.m., officers were called to an abandoned building at 330 Chestnut Street regarding reports of suspicious activity. Police located and detained 5 individuals inside the building. Following an investigation, 3 adult suspects, 2 18-year-olds and 1 19-year-old were arrested, and 2 juvenile suspects were identified and faced charges. All 5 suspects are charged with possession of burglarious tools, breaking and entering in the nighttime, malicious destruction of property. East Longmeadow police officers were assisted by the Longmeadow police during this incident. I wonder if those twin brothers, you know, the one from East Longmeadow and the one from Longmeadow, cops,
Oh, yeah.
confusing the kids. Hey,
Sure
wait
would.
a minute.
Sure would be confusing.
You know, they questioned them both. Wait a minute, I just answered your question. No, you didn't. That was my brother.
Really? There's 2 of you?
Yeah. Breaking into an abandoned building, that's very
These
childish.
What do you say, the 330 Chestnut Street?
335 or something, Chestnut Street?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Well, it's on Chestnut Street, but there's also some there's like some development going on over there. So maybe there's like a house that hasn't been moved into. A couple of squatters over there.
Taking some copper piping, trying to trade it in for some metal.
You never know.
Scrapyard.
Some people.
A group of high school runners who briefly went missing during a cross-country meet in Sturbridge Monday afternoon were all found safe following a search by local emergency crews. According to the Sturbridge Police Department, the incident occurred during a meet hosted by Tantasqua Regional High School at the Trek Sturbridge Trails near Old Sturbridge Village, where 8 schools were participating. Police said that about 15 runners strayed from the designated course and lost contact with the main group during the race. The Sturbridge Police and the fire department immediately launched a search effort to locate the missing athletes. Thanks to a quick action of our officers, dispatchers, and event staff, all runners were safely located in a short period of time. I've seen this happen before because either somebody didn't mark the trail clearly enough, and you're going into the woods where some of these kids may not have ever been there before.
On the trail.
On that particular trail.
Okay.
So when you don't know where the trail is and you're relying on, markers, and if somebody doesn't put a good marker up, and then, then all of a sudden the coach has to go run back in the woods and find out where you got lost.
Let me throw this at you.
Yeah.
I've never been on that trail, so it's hard for me to know for sure.
Yeah.
But at any point on that trail, can you see Old Sturbridge Village?
You might be able to. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say you're running, okay? Now, the kids from Tantascwa, they've been there. They don't need to go again. But some of the other schools that may not have been so familiar with the area see signs for, like, the gift shop at Old Sturbridge Village.
Yeah.
They're going inside thinking, man, what I wouldn't do right now for some saltwater taffy or a pair of moccasins.
Yeah.
Get off the trail. You don't know how to get back on the trail. And all of a sudden, you got like snow globes, you got the moccasins, you got that big giant pencil.
Yeah.
It all says "Welcome to Sturbridge Village" on it.
A giant pretzel from the snack shop.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I mean, there's a lot of things to tempt you at that gift shop. So I'm just thinking maybe this isn't about kids getting lost. Maybe it has everything to do with how fantastic it is to spend the day at Old Sturbridge Village.
You ever see a pilgrim with a big giant pretzel? Like a Wetzel pretzel?
No, but I did see a pilgrim with a Timex watch, and I thought that was a little...
That was weird.
That was a little inconsistent.
Well, I remember years ago we saw those folks down at the Storeton Tavern and we have video evidence of that.
Yes.
Of the people who were supposed to be in character were talking on their cell phones during the pilgrim minutes they were using.
Just like the olden days.
Yeah.
Right.
And by the way, the chief, I keep forgetting the Sturbridge police chief's name is Desert.
Chief Dessert?
Yeah, Police Chief Desert said in a statement, at no point were the runners public in danger.
Now, did he work up to dessert? Was he hired just as an appetizer or some pass around canapes?
He was he was head of security at the Cheesecake Factory for many years. Before he had a stint at Friendly's for a long time. Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, yeah, sure. He worked his way up.
Yeah, he even sold pies over at Rice's for some time before moving on to Sturbridge to become chief dessert.
Yeah, well, at least he knew a little bit about desserts by working at Rice's.
Well, you got Sergeant Creme Brulee over there.
Yeah.
You
I'll tell you what, the whole pass-around canape family was so proud of him when he finally got those stripes.
Colonel Bananas Foster. Anywho, an incident involving
Sergeant Three Bean Salad. I mean, he would never went anywhere in that business.
Yeah, because he's not allowed out. You can't bring that anywhere. 3 bean salad. It's dessert. It's bring a dessert. It's like a bake sale.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Imagine showing up to the bake sale. You bring the 3 bean salad when you were supposed to bring brownie bites.
They're not even baked beans.
Yeah.
The beans out of a can.
An incident
Disgusting.
An incident involving restrained individuals in a hotel room at Foxwoods Casino Monday has been safely resolved, and a person is in custody. Around 2:20 p.m., the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation Police said their team was able to enter the Fox Tower room without further incident, and that a person is in custody. That person has not been identified, but quick actions from the police. Casino leaders also released a statement in part saying normal operations have resumed on the property.
Oh, that's good.
I think normal operations they're not going to kick people out of gambling just because there's a standoff going on in one of their hotel rooms.
No, of course not. Why miss out on an opportunity to make money?
You might have to rope off a couple of areas, but for the most part,
the gaming goes on.
Yeah. Just after noon, the police department said a person allegedly restrained 2 people before releasing them and said it was an isolated incident and a contained situation. So somebody was being held against their will, but now they are free and clear. The Springfield Police Department Ordnance Unit was out in the area East Springfield on Friday conducting a park and walk ordnance sweep. The Ordnance Unit and members of the Department of Code Enforcement did a sweep in the area of Mallory Village in the East Springfield. During the sweep, Police issued 37 ordnance tickets, 8 parking tickets, and towed 1 unregistered motor vehicle, and members of the code enforcement issued 34 tickets. You can get fined for violating parking and code enforcement laws. Land maintenance is the responsibility of the homeowner, according to the city.
Homeowners is what?
What? Oh, man,
got
you
you
got
again.
me. According to the city's Good Neighbor Handbook, some code enforcement violations include 75% of front yards in residence A1A and B zones and 50% of front yards in residence C zones should be planted with grass or landscaped and shall not be parked upon. That's a $50 to $100 fine every day. And then they go on, like there's a whole list of things.
Yeah.
Swimming pools, fences, signs, overgrowth, refrigerators and stoves.
You can't have refrigerators and stoves in your porch?
No refrigerator or stove should be stored or discarded outside. That's a $50 ticket.
Well, where the hell else are you supposed to leave them?
Well, I don't know. Isn't there a couple of abandoned places that people leave trash in Springfield for?
I suppose. I got to tell you, though, anytime I've ever had a fridge in the porch, I was always glad that I had a fridge in the porch.
Yeah, a porch fridge.
That's it. Put my feet on it, have some frosty cold beverages inside of it. Terrific.
A pending Bay State bill would prohibit cities and towns' boards of health from implementing community-wide bans on the sale of any legal consumer product. While this bill does not reference nicotine or tobacco in its text, it would disallow municipalities from instituting tobacco and nicotine bans and regulations independent of the state's rules. Northampton and Belchertown both currently have generational tobacco bans prohibiting anyone born in 2004 or later from ever purchasing these addictive and harmful substances. We want to regulate an industry that specifically targets our youth with a deadly addictive substance, and giving our local communities the tools to do that is important, said Virginia Chadwick of the Nicotine Free Generation Coalition. She's a slim girl. She's Virginia Slim Chadwick.
Yeah.
She's got the 120. She's like the 2x4
Really?
of the cigarette.
Yeah.
One law professor, testified that local bans on the sale of tobacco allow towns to serve as the testing grounds for policies later adopted statewide. For example, some Massachusetts town made the switch to the legal age of 21 for purchasing tobacco before the rest of the state followed suit. So, the new bill could reverse all of this, and nobody would be allowed to ban tobacco products.
Well, I mean, I know people still smoke, and I get it. You know, it's a tough addiction to break. But anytime I've seen the prices on the wall at a convenience store of cigarettes and what they cost to have that kind of addiction,
They're like $15 a pack now.
a pack, $15.
At least
You gotta love yellow fingernails and emphysema to spend that kind of money.
unless you get the generics, which are like $10 a pack.
Yeah, but it probably tastes like garbage, right?
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter if you're getting a nicotine fix.
I guess, but man, that's a lot of money to spend. Remember the old days when you had when your grandparents used to smoke 4 or 5 packs a day? You can't sustain that financially anymore.
My parents, we lived near an Indian reservation, and when we were in Syracuse, there was an Indian reservation nearby, and they would sell the cigarettes. It was like $9 for a carton of Winston's. My parents used to smoke Winston's.
Sure.
And I would be able to go in and buy them at the age of 15. Nobody questioned your age or anything. You just walk in, I'll take 2 cartons of Winston, please, and you hand the guy the $20 and he gives you change, and then that was it.
At $15 a pack.
Yeah.
If you're a one pack smoker a day, for a whole year, that's $5,475.
That's a lot.
15 times 365. And some people don't stop at that. All right, so let's say you're a 3-pack a day guy.
3 packs.
I know. I'm just so multiply that by 3. So you got $16,000. $16,425.
That's nothing, though.
All right, but let's say you're only making like $35,000 a year.
Yeah, so what?
And more than half your income is going to cigarettes.
And you know what? You're probably stuck in a dead-end job. You ain't going to make any more of that anyway. You might as well smoke and get it over with earlier.
That's the spirit.
That's the American spirit is what that is, Bax.
I see what you did.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, you know, with those discount cigarettes.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today, it is going to be sunny with a high of 66. Tomorrow, cloudy with some rain showers, high of 63. It's 50 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
To Springfield's Classic Rock, it's 6:50 in Rush with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny and a high of 66 today. It is 50 right now in downtown Springfield.
Rush is bringing you their 50-something tour to Mohegan Sun Arena, and Rock 102 wants to send you to that show. Starting tomorrow, we will have your chance to win a pair of tickets. For show details, visit rock102.com/concerts from Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. They added more dates to that tour, and Mohegan is one of them. It's going to be October 30th of next year.
Rush.
So not like in like a week or two. It's going to be in a year from now. But they're going to be getting back together, and tomorrow your chance to win tickets.
Well, they got that new drummer now, right? Is that
Annika
what-
Niles.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. She is fantastic.
That's what I've heard.
Go down that rabbit hole and watch some videos of her playing. You'll say, "Oh yeah, no, she's up for the task."
You know me and my
Vaguely, yeah.
whatchamacallit, love for the old TV shows.
Yes.
You know, I was doing the Three's Company thing for a while.
You're off of it?
Kind of getting off of that now.
No, you're in the late seasons now, right?
Yeah, it's not as good as it was in the
no, of
beginning.
course not.
But so I started watching Chips.
Chips. Ponch and John.
What a bunch of horrible cops.
Yeah.
They weren't really that good.
Not really, no.
There was the 2 episodes that I watched yesterday. Well, first of all, I watched the Halloween episode.
Okay.
Where they had the Hobgoblin on the radio, which was the supervisor checking out what you were doing on your shift. First of all, a couple of things that would never happen today. Ponch and John roll up on an intersection. There's kids in Halloween costumes, and this one kid walks up to him holding a water gun, pointing it at Ponch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Stick him up." And Ponch was like, hey, partner. I was like, if that happened today, that kid would have been.
He'd be eating lead.
Yeah.
Right.
That wouldn't have worked out too well for that kid. And then the kid shoots Ponch with the water gun,
Right.
filled with perfume.
Oh, no.
That would be assault today. That would be assault on a police officer.
And what kind of perfume you're talking about? The good stuff, or something you bought at like let's say like a roadside kiosk somewhere.
So, well, maybe it was on the Mass Pike.
Yeah, right.
In that perfume kiosk that Plum was talking about. So anyway, he gets squirted with the water gun, and then he like kind of threatens the kid, going, "I'll put handcuffs on you and like throw you in jail," kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't going to do that. And then the kid's sister comes over and pulls the kid away, and then later on, this kid is missing. And the father of the kid is mad at Poncherello for threatening him with jail time. That's why the kid got lost, because he didn't want to go to jail.
Man.
And I'm like, and then they're like, well, wait a minute, you're the adult. Shouldn't you have been with the kid at the time? It was. They're not good cops.
I'll tell you what. One day with Greg Bigda, that whole thing would have been solved.
Oh yeah, they would have been having. Well, they had to go back and get their sandwiches at the.
Right. I think you find as you watch Chips, and I don't know how many episodes you're into it already, but I think you're going to find this time and time again. Every car accident on the California highways is the same damn accident. Like a car will always ride up on 2 wheels before it finally stops.
Oh,
every single one. I'm actually looking at a video compilation
of all the crashes.
Of crashes. Car crash totality of Chips compilation volume 257.
Oh,
and it's the same kind of accident. Up on 2 wheels. Ponch and John get there just in the nick of time.
Oh, they were chasing after these 2 guys who stole a sod lawn.
Yes.
They stole a lawn off somebody. We're just getting back with the guy because it was a prank. Last year, he emptied my swimming pool. I'm stealing his sod lawn. But as they're driving away and the police, turn their lights on, these 2 guys, like, we're going to gun it. And then even the guy in the car was like, hey, why don't you just tell him we're just doing a prank? Like, we're not going to go to jail for this. And now they're in jail because they didn't listen.
The long arm of the law. You watch. Pay attention to every car crash and chips.
Well, now that you said it, in the 2 episodes that I did see, they all did end up on their sides.
Every single accident up on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
Every single one. It's the same kind of formulaic thing that you saw in Three's Company where someone misheard something else.
Yeah.
This was their formula.
Well,
They went through a lot of cars during that show.
and then there was the other episode that I watched, which was really weird. John, befriends this teenage girl that lived in an apartment building across from his.
Sure.
And the girl clearly has a crush on him and is showing up at his apartment. And the adult, it's a little inappropriate. Because John doesn't, put an end to this right away. He kind of caters to the girl, then calls the mom and says, yeah, she can stay here for a little while.
Yes.
And I'm like, the girl's 15 years old. Why are you just not, you're a police officer.
He's there to uphold the law, but what girl wasn't in love with
John Baker? Or what's
no,
his name?
Larry Wilcox.
Larry Wilcox. Well, who wouldn't?
You know what I'm saying?
But his name was Baker, right, on the show?
Yes, I believe it was Baker. Yes, but it was played by the unflappable Larry Wilcox.
It was a really inappropriate,
yeah, well, that's the
what?
70s. That's the 70s for
I
it.
know, but the cop wouldn't be like, you need to get out of my house and go home back to your mother. You're not. And then he's like, well, I'll make you some hot cocoa.
Yeah,
and
right.
you can stay here. And I'm like,
no one
okay.
from Internal Affairs wants to bring Larry Wilcox in the office. You need to tell me about this teenage girl that's staying in your house.
Yeah, I don't know. What barber shop did he work at with all that grooming going on that show?
It's 6:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, as you are keenly aware, I'm a man with an almost impeccable reputation. A man of integrity and intrigue, of principle and purity. A man of almost incorruptible virtue. Oh, sure, I may have my moments, but for a guy like me, I set a very high bar. However, if by chance a guy worth $1 billion were to knock at my door or contact me through the Route 10 Tire listener line and offer me a big fat stack of cash worth approximately $750 million, I think you'd be rather surprised how quickly I'd be willing to abandon all that virtue and principle garbage. Why am I bringing this up? Yesterday, legendary golfer Jack Nicklaus won a defamation lawsuit against the Nicklaus Companies, an organization which is currently run by billionaire banker Howard Milstein. In the lawsuit, the Golden Bear Jack Nicklaus contends that the company that bore his name erroneously claimed that Jack had been offered $750 million to become the face of the Saudi-financed LIV Golf League 3.5 years ago. Nicklaus contends that he had no interest in such an offer and that his legacy is too closely tied to the PGA. He also claims that Milstein and the Nicklaus Companies then suggested that Jack was no longer mentally fit to manage his financial affairs due to his private battle with dementia. It's not exactly true, since not only did Jack win the lawsuit, he was also awarded a judgment of $50 million. That doesn't sound like a guy who doesn't know how to handle his finances, since he's now handling $50 million of Howard Milstein's finances. Now, obviously, I've never been publicly defamed by a rich guy before, so it's hard for me to know how much cash I might seek in damages. But I might be willing to take a shot. And while I'd be sure to play up that virtue and integrity nonsense in front of a jury, I'd be more than willing to trash it all for a $50 million paycheck. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, the Milwaukee 14-in-1 ratcheting multi-bit screwdriver. That's a hell of a thing to have in your toolbox. $20 at Rocky's. It's the Milwaukee $20 tool sale. Milwaukee pliers, Sawzall blades, and more. $20 at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:11, and John Mellencamp with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 66. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds, and then maybe a possible rain shower, high of 63. It's 50 right now in downtown Springfield. Are you ready for another round of Am I the A-Hole?
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Am I the a-hole
Yes.
for videotaping my wife eating all my fries to make a point? I've seen many posts about wives/girlfriends who insist they, quote, don't want anything when the husband or boyfriend is getting food, but then proceed to eat his food, so I apologize if this sounds familiar. I don't eat a lot of fast food, but I do indulge when we have long drives. My wife typically packs a lot of healthy snacks for herself, yogurts, quinoa salads in the cooler, protein bars. I like McDonald's. She claims the food is disgusting, but then invariably wants a few fries and ends up eating half of them or more, although she always denies eating so many, and she claims she just had a few. On the trip in question a couple of weeks ago, it's she and I and my 13-year-old son, Nick. Wife needs a bathroom, so we pull off to an exit. There's a McDonald's. Son and I go to order food while she's in the bathroom. I asked her if she wanted anything, as I always do, and she said no, but I'll take a couple of your fries. Right? My go-to order at McD's is the $5, although now it's $6 in a lot of places, value meal, which includes a McDouble, 4 nuggets, a small fries, and a drink. It's plenty of food for me. It would still be plenty if my wife took a few or a couple fries. I feel like McDonald's fries, or I like McDonald's fries, but I always eat them last because I don't mind if the fries are not piping hot. I do like the other foods best when they're still warm. He's very particular.
Sure.
Having read other Reddit stories on this topic, I'm sure some will say, just order more fries even though she says she doesn't want anything. I've tried. I get a medium for me and give her the small from the value meal, but a medium fries is almost $4, and that's over $4 with tax. That's adding over 60% of the cost to the meal. And when I've done this, she insists on not touching the fries because I told you not to get any for me. So now I've got a small fry and a medium fry to eat on my own, which I can do, but it seems like a waste to spend another $4 since I was perfectly happy with the original amount of food.
So this isn't so much that he's got a problem with her having some fries. He's just too much of a tightwad to buy more fries. Like if he got the if he went out the value meal, but then upgraded to say like large fries, he'd still have a hell of a lot more fries, and she wouldn't probably eat about the same amount of fries.
The story gets better.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway,
go on.
Anyway, on this day, I tell my son I want to do an experiment. I tell him after we get our food and get back to the car to take all of his food out, or take out all of his food, take my burger, give it to me, and take my nuggets and hold them in the back seat so that the only thing left in the bag is the fries. Now, admittedly, a small fries at McDonald's is not that many, but at least 20 to 30 fries. I tell him to put the bag with the fries on the console between my wife's and my seat, and to set up his phone to take a video of the bag from the back seat, which will record until I tell him to stop. I tell him that I'm not going to put my hand in the bag at any time, and that I predict that his mom will eat all of my fries. This guy's really getting into it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sure enough, we're driving along. I eat my burger, make some small talk, see my wife's hand go into the bag several times. I ask my son for my McNuggets. I eat those. I eat them sauce-free, so no mess in the car.
Sure.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, that's good.
Chit-chat a little further, all while smirking to myself as I see my wife's hand go back into the bag for some more. Finally, she says, okay, give me your garbage, and starts putting it in the McDonald's bag. I said, what are you doing? And she's like, cleaning up. And I say, I still need to eat my fries. And she says, we ate them all, honey. She ate them all.
We?
Yeah.
That's not a we thing.
I'll admit I overreacted here a bit on purpose, announcing loudly, what do you mean we ate them all? I haven't had any. To be clear, I wasn't mad. This was just the result I expected anyway. But I tried to act mad while suppressing laughter. She said, don't be silly. I only had a couple. And I repeated that I had not had a single fry and that I had video evidence to prove it. She said, what do you mean? And I said that Nick had taken video for the past 20 minutes or so, and you will not see me take any fries out of that bag. So if they're all gone, it's because you ate them all. And then she blew up at me.
Really?
And him in a way that I didn't expect, yelling about videotaping without consent, as if I had made some sort of sex tape or something egregious like that. Yelling at Nick. What?
This is worse. It's a fry tape.
Yelling at Nick for going along with your father's foolish pranks, etc. I told her I just wanted her to understand that she eats more food than she realizes, and this is why I would prefer for her just to get a separate order of fries so that we can both enjoy the food without resentment. She never watched the video, although I think she now believes that she did in fact eat all the fries. However, She's been ignoring me and worse, treating our son badly, blowing up at him for little things that have never bothered her before for the past 2 weeks, expecting an apology for videotaping her, I guess. So, am I the a-hole?
I can't agree with the man's tactics per se. However, it does sound like she is somewhat of a control freak over the fries and, is basically trying to manipulate him into giving him fries. If she wants fries that badly, she should get herself a small order of fries.
And she should pay for it, too.
Well, I wouldn't say that's necessary. I mean, you can talk about the financial part of it. That's a whole different story. But if you are going to eat my fries, save me some fries. And if you are incapable of doing that, then get your own damn fries.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
That's
not
all
that
you
complicated.
That's all you need to do.
When you go and order at McDonald's and you go through the drive-thru, to say I would like 2 small fries is as simple as saying I would like 1 small fry or 1 extra large fry.
But economically, he's right. If you buy 1 large fry, then you could equally split those.
But he's getting less for his money by allowing this to happen. He would get more for his money if he bought her an extra bag of fries.
I think she's just mad she got called out.
Of course she is.
For her crap.
Of course she is.
Somebody even commented, years ago, I told my wife that the way she talks to me a significant amount of time is rude and bitchy, and she didn't believe me. Somehow the answering machine queue recorded her talking to me, and we found the recording later while listening to messages. She said, wait, I really sound like that? And I said, yes, all the time. She was visibly embarrassed and started working with her communication style, which got much better since then.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Am I the a-hole for sleeping with my soon-to-be ex-wife's friend? My wife cheated My wife cheated on me 2 months ago with a guy she met while we were still together and working on the relationship. Now, almost 2 months later, I texted a woman who has a kid who's in the same class as our kid. I met this woman for the first time in our home because my wife invited her and her kid to play with our kid. They got along decently from what I understood. The woman told my wife that this woman told my wife and I that she was single and had left the father. Now, mind you, this is all I knew about my wife's and her relationship. I didn't know they had been texting each other a bit since then. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, I text this woman after 2 months of our breakup because why not? I thought she looked good and we could probably just have a good time. After having met her both, we developed feelings for each other, to which we tried to end it but couldn't. The woman I met then proceeded to text my soon-to-be ex-wife that she has feelings for me and she is sorry, but she really can't ignore them. All the while, my wife is spending every other week with the guy she cheated on me with and said she loved him just 2 to 3 weeks after we broke up. We haven't even sold our house yet, and she already rented a place for herself and him and are planning a new life for them, introducing our kids to him, etc., posting pictures on Facebook where he's holding my kids' hands, etc. Mm-hmm. Now she has the balls to say that I'm the a-hole? So am I the a-hole for banging my wife's friend?
Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like that their wife and this friend were all that close, right?
No, it sounds like they just had a couple of play dates with the kids.
That's it. I mean, that's not. Maybe they could have gone outside that circle, perhaps, but it's not like it's her best friend or her sister or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's an acquaintance. On the other hand, it doesn't sound like she's a bag of diamonds either.
No, it sounds like she's a big giant piece of crap is what she sounds.
It sounds like maybe both of them are pieces of crap.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if he's just trying to have some fun, the wife already broke up with him. She's already moved in, renting an apartment.
Well, then he's within his rights.
I guess so. Do you want one more, or do you want?
Yeah, we can do a quick one. Why not?
Am I the a-hole for physically defending myself from a grown man when I was late bringing his daughter home? Me, 20 male, and my date, 20 female, her father, 40. Right. I had taken an interest in this girl, and before taking her out on our first date, I found that she still lived with her parents and had a curfew. I respected that she was smart enough to pick a college in her town and staying with her parents. I planned on taking her out to putter golf and have our conversation part done while we ate some tacos. Upon picking her up, her father is this much older man at 40.
At 40.
Yeah. And according to my date, was very traditional on dating. He said that I needed to have her home by 9:30 sharp. I said okay and promised to take her home on time. We had the date. It was a fun interaction. Unfortunately, on the way home, There was this guy who wouldn't let us pass. He was going 15 miles an hour below the speed limit. I ended up arriving at her house late. I planned to explain myself when walking her up the driveway or walking her up the walkway to her door until the father physically grabbed me by the collar of my shirt and threw his free hand in a fist. Out of reaction, I got behind him and twisted his arm. I kept him there as he swore at me and said I will never date his daughter. I let go and sped off in my car. Later, my date called me, telling me I need to apologize for attacking her father and hurting his pride. I do feel bad, but I did also feel this was justified in what I did.
Mm-hmm.
He actually ran into the father at his job. The father ended up apologizing for his actions. His justification was that he thought the worst because he became a father around my age. I forgave him for assaulting me. I did tell him that I won't be seeing his daughter, and he walked away. And also, for the people who hate on me for this post, I'm very sorry I offended how young people think 40 is old.
Well, to be honest, that's all I needed to hear.
I mean, the guy defended himself. If you're bringing somebody home late, first of all, you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
If you were 15, maybe, that might be a different story, but
You are an adult at 20 years old.
You are an adult. And, yeah, I can understand living under the rules of the roof kind of thing, but to physically attack somebody.
Yeah, to me, that's kind of the mark of a real, true blue a-hole.
So I would just do a good tongue lashing outside.
A tongue lashing is good. Maybe some passive-aggressive, subliminal ideas.
What
perhaps.
is that word?
Subliminable.
Yeah,
right.
You can do that.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Somebody on the Route 10 tire, he's not the a-hole. He's brilliant, and she's just butthurt. She has to admit it, so she ate the damn fries. This is going back to the fries thing.
Right. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's another round of Am I the A-hole?
Very good. 724 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Download.
It's 727 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sully's got the full forecast for you.
Already told you that we're going to have Rush tickets to give away tomorrow on the show. They're coming. Yeah, I know, huh? Rush is coming to Mohegan Sun. Give you all the details. That's tomorrow on the show right here on Rock 102. Find out more details about the show. Go to rock102.com/concerts.
That should be a good one.
You know what? You asked me 6 months ago whether there's even a possibility they get back on the road. I would have said, nah, I think they're done. But now they're going back on the road. Very exciting stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
Are you really? Or are
Yeah.
you just saying you're literally looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it.
Really?
I would go to a Rush concert. Why
Sure.
not?
I've seen Rush.
I'm going to the Dropkick Murphys concert.
Oh,
At
the Thunderbirds.
at the
Sure.
Thunderdome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's in March.
There
That
you
should
have
be
it.
Fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah, having a great time.
If they were doing a matinee show, I'd consider it.
Well, I'm doing a matinee show this Saturday at the Shortstop Bar and Grill.
What's this you say?
Yeah, we're doing a 4:30 open, and then the show will be at 5:15. You'll get dinner included. It's $25 this time, but it's worth the wait.
We should maybe spend some time this week, maybe even as soon as tomorrow, talking about it endlessly.
Oh, maybe we should. I could do that.
We could bring a guest in here too.
Absolutely.
Maybe we could do that.
Yeah,
That would be terrific.
And then you can see the bands right after the comedy show on Saturday.
So it's a whole night of entertainment, and you can be home early and tucked into bed by like 8 o'clock at night.
That's right.
That's the whole purpose. We got news next on Rock 102. Just about 7:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A major internet outage impacted users around the globe yesterday. Amazon Web Services was hit with an outage early Monday morning, impacting services worldwide, including right here in Western Massachusetts and at the Western Mass News TV station. Monday,
They were forced to get a load of this because their outage was they were forced to do stories that were almost 2 days old
that is crazy.
without any further updates.
Insane. Monday afternoon, Amazon said that progress was being made, but not everything was back to normal. This was not just any regular outage. From what was understood, Amazon's cloud computing service impacted several websites and apps. Here's a timeline. It started just after midnight when Amazon said they were investigating what they called increased error rates and latencies for multiple AWS services.
That was specifically what I was complaining about.
A few hours later, Amazon said they identified a cause and said it was starting to recover, but issues continued throughout the day. The reason this is so significant and the reason this has caused so much drama is that the most significant sites are the ones that went down. No kidding.
Really? As opposed to the ones that operated without a hitch?
Right. Said Stan Prager of Go Geeks. We know almost 80 internal Amazon services that were affected, including Data Sync, Amazon Connect, and Amazon Workspaces. A lot of these companies use Amazon for a computing source, like a cloud source.
Yeah.
So when all that's tied to Amazon and Amazon is down, that causes all kinds of problems. But you know what? World War III didn't start, so that's a good thing. Nobody pushed the wrong button.
Usually when these things happen, most of us are able to get through our day and survive. Like I survived yesterday. I was inconvenienced only like 4 or 5 times.
It didn't really affect me at all.
Yeah, and even the inconvenience was not a real big deal. I just went, to some other website.
Chips was still on Amazon. I got to watch that. 2 episodes.
Yep.
The city of Holyoke has investigated and decided that Wilma Puelo Mota, the 28-year-old former city councilor who is being pursued for child pornography charges in Rhode Island and fled the country, is not qualified to vote in the upcoming election.
Really?
The announcement comes after Wilma Puelo Mota submitted an absentee voter application for the upcoming election with intent to vote abroad. In January, who is this?
I don't know who this broad is, but...
in January of 2024, he was set to stand trial in Rhode Island for child pornography and fugitive from justice charges, but it was determined that he fled to Turkey, violating his court orders.
Now, when you are a fugitive, isn't part of the deal for fugitive work to not be found?
You have to be... I thought it was a... What do you mean? Like to...
Well, if you're on the lam, right, and you are a fugitive from the law, where do you have an absentee ballot sent?
Well, to your P.O. You can probably get a P.O. box. And
isn't there a way somehow that information could be subpoenaed to find out where exactly Wilmar Puelo Mota may be?
Well, he's in Russia.
I would need to have a more specific address.
Well, I'm sure he gave a specific address, but it's not like they're going to go in and get him.
I get it. I'm just saying it's a certain amount of exposure that someone who is on the lam, a fugitive from the law, probably should not extend out there because they'll find you.
I once used somebody's address for insurance purposes years ago.
Really?
When I was a young man, I wanted to pay less insurance rates.
Yeah.
So I used a friend's parents' address.
Really?
Yeah.
I once used a friend's address to get 12 records for just a penny.
Oh, I've done that before, too.
For 2 cents, I want to get 24 records.
Hey, look at you. And you never paid the rest, did you?
No.
Let's see. Springfield police are asking for your help in identifying a car theft suspect. They shared an image and added that the vehicle was stolen on the early afternoon hours of October 2nd on the 1900 block of Main Street. If you know who this person is or know who they may be, or where they may be, not who they may be.
Are there any identifying marks or pictures?
I'm looking for the picture. Yeah, they have this like shot of the guy. He's clearly driving off with a car with a handicap placard. I'm not necessarily sure that's his handicap placard. I believe that's the car that he stole.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. He doesn't look to be like... He's like one of the most unsuspecting car thieves you'd ever see.
There's okay.
Yeah.
It seems like a mild-mannered fella, perhaps.
Yeah, he's got glasses. He's got a mustache and a goatee.
Where is this?
This was on Channel 40 on Western Mass News.
All right, let me see if I... Because I have not seen this particular driver, and I still have not seen him.
Yeah, well, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, well.
It's not anybody you know.
You don't know that. I may know plenty of people.
A quad and a dirt bike were both taken off Springfield streets during the off-highway vehicle enforcement across the city last weekend. Police arrested 30-year-old Gerson De La Rosa Jimenez around 1:30 p.m. Saturday after he was seen popping wheelies and riding his dirt bike recklessly in the area of Randall Place. While his bike was street legal, the rider did not have a motorcycle license and was arrested, and the bike was seized. Just over an hour later in the same area, officers got more complaints about illegal activity and arrested 61-year-old Scott Roberts. He was riding a quad on Randall Place and in the woods without a helmet or license, prompting his arrest and the seizure of that quad.
At 61?
Come on, dude. You're no spring chicken.
No. I mean, because that's like a year and a half, 2 years older than me. I know enough not to hop on a quad to start driving around city streets.
Yeah.
What kind of dope does that?
Yeah, and then you're going to have to deal with Mayor Dom Dom.
I wouldn't want to do that.
You know, Mayor Dom Dom is the reason that Jack is in the box.
I'm sure that's true.
It is.
Probably stays that way because of it.
Do you know Mayor Dom Dom routinely crushes cans on his forehead? Garbage cans.
And doesn't mess up his hair doing it.
Well, you ain't going to mess this up.
No.
Nice and slick.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Not a hair out of place.
Do you know I once got into a screaming contest with a horse?
Really?
Yeah. He did not win.
Horse never had a chance.
You know, I own 3 dogs, 2 horses, and Regis Philbin.
Didn't Regis die years ago?
I still own the corpse. We do like a weekend at Bernie's thing.
What do you think, Reg?
Yeah. It's like we do them Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tour. We walk around the city going, hey, who's got $10 in a fish sandwich?
I am the phone a friend.
Yes. I am the ultimate phone a friend. Well, you know, that's the way he rolls.
He operates very masculinely all the time.
Let's see. There's a lot of lottery stories on Mass Live. What is
of
that?
People who are winning?
Winning. And I'm like, I don't know. I buy them all the time. I don't win nothing.
I don't win jack squat. So even if I won something, I'm not going to contact the media about it.
Well, you got two $250,000 grand prizes won in the new Mass Lottery winter game. So they came out with that. And then Lucky Winning Street, Mass Casino pays out 4 jackpots in 3 days. And then Powerball. See the winning Powerball numbers? This is all like... Is the lottery single-handedly funding Mass Live?
It's possible.
Yeah. There's another one. Jackpot winner in Revere over the weekend.
Revere. Like anybody out here cares about someone in Revere with a big check.
MGM Springfield says September gambling rose over a year before. Oh, well, I guess with all these stories coming out about gambling, people are spending more money.
I guess.
I mean... That's probably like one of those like recession-proof businesses.
Casinos?
Yeah, you're still gonna have people.
Yes and no.
I think sales increase because people hope for more of a jackpot.
The problem gambler gets busier. The I don't know. I'd say like the informal one probably doesn't go back in and say, I'm going to spend my money. I'm going to hold back and not spend. But the people that got the biggest fire in their pocket,
those are the ones.
Those are the ones that are going to spend more.
Yeah, I guess so. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be sunny with a high of 66. Tomorrow, cloudy with some rain showers, high of 63. It's 50 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Ah, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:49, and Led Zeppelin with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be sunny today with a high of 66. It's 50 right now in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is guitar legend Chris Spedding. This is a guy who played in hundreds and hundreds of sessions over the last 50 years, including with Paul McCartney, Jack Bruce, Elton John, The Pretenders, Brian Ferry. The list goes on and on. Really interesting guy, an amazing guitar player. You can hear it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as on the app. It's all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram Chicopee and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Just reading on the Route 10 Tire Lesnar line. If I was Steve, I would not consider offering that insurance information up anymore, saying that is considered insurance fraud. Because I said I used a friend's address for insurance policy. That was 25 years ago.
Yeah, I'm sure it's that.
The statute of limitations is only 3.
And fraud is such a misleading word.
And then I said 25 years ago, statute of limitations is 3. And then this person, I'm not saying he could be prosecuted. I just hate to think of Steve as a lawbreaker. Why?
How do you know he hasn't been a lawbreaker this entire time?
Breaking the law. That's I play that in my minivan when I'm driving down the street with the windows rolled down.
How else are you going to look like a badass in that minivan?
How else am I going to keep breaking the law by stealing the hearts of the young ladies out there with the man in the minivan?
Yeah, that's the other theft you're involved in.
Yeah. Those 30 single moms going, look at that man driving down the street, and ooh, he's breaking the law for sure.
What I wouldn't do to get my monster drink in his cup holder.
Ooh, a Sienna.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the ultimate panty dropper right there.
Well, hey, somebody sent me that sticker once. It was like the silhouette of the panties drop. I can put that on my car. What are you?
You got to wait till your kids are around the house before you can wear something like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be carrying my kids around in a car with a sticker like that on it.
Yeah, perhaps not. Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
Well, hey. But I like I do like the fact that this guy thinks I'm some sort of purist that never broke the law in my life.
No, that's me.
No, you've broken the law plenty of times.
Mattress tags is not exactly what I would call a big crime.
Tax evasion?
Tax evasion?
Yeah.
I've never evaded my taxes ever.
You're like the Al Capone of Western Mass.
No, I'm
evading
not.
Taxes
I
left and right.
I pay on time every year. Never even filed an extension.
What about that illegal weed business you were running?
It wasn't illegal. It was just more than 5,000 plants, and it was math. I had, you know how I am.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that whole 5,000 plant thing. You know that like the limit is like 12, I think.
It's like 6 per adult in a house.
I know a guy, and you know this guy too, who had to put in his backyard a sign pointing that there was only 10 plants in his backyard. So when the helicopter flies over,
he can see that
there's only 10.
Yes,
he's not violating the law.
He's got a sign.
He does. He put it there so the helicopter could see it as it was going over his property.
I've always found that 12 plants yields an ungodly amount of weed.
A lot of weed.
Like you can't go through that on your own.
I tried once. You really got to have a green thumb to do that.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated. It's not just it's not just like planting. I mean, you could just plant it outside and see what happens, but most of the time it's like these botanists are in there like doing all kinds of magic trickery stuff to it.
They're clipping, they're grafting, they're doing stuff that the average slob could never do. That's why they don't yield as much. But if you do know what you're doing and you follow the instructions very carefully and you've got a little bit of skill,
you could be a devil's lettuce factory in no time.
You could be producing a hell of a lot of stuff on your own.
Good little side hustle.
I suppose.
Yeah. Well, you did it for years, evading all those taxes.
No, Steve. I was muling across international lines.
Is that what
That's
it was?
a totally different crime.
You had to go to Canada to get your stash.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how you do it.
Like the I-91 drug corridor.
That's it. That and car parts. That's what I would bring up there. Yeah.
There you go.
It's almost 7:55 at Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, it looks like the Toronto Blue Jays, who for the first time in 32 years will be the ones going back to the World Series. However, unlike they did in 1992 and 1993 when they won back-to-back championships, they'll be playing against a team that's about to win their first back-to-back championship, the LA Dodgers. How can I be so sure? Please, don't get me started. Last night, the Blue Jays punched their ticket after a thrilling come-from-behind Game 7 victory over the Seattle Mariners. Of course, you can thank that three-run home run from Toronto's George Springer for sealing the deal in the 7th inning, thereby staging a tremendous comeback with last night's 4-3 win. And while the people of Toronto, Canada are simply delighted, just wait until Friday night, when they'll be getting torn to shreds at home against the Dodgers. Now, you might say, Bexy, you seem oddly confident about Toronto suffering from a nationally televised bludgeoning. Perhaps Toronto has a better chance than you might think. To which I would say, no, they don't. Listen, we can sit here all day and argue about it if you like, but by the time I present all the evidence to you, suggesting that I'm right, the Dodgers will have already swept the series, and they will have done it before you even get a chance to make your case. We're just a few short days away from Game 1, and the odds makers are already anticipating that the Blue Jays are in tremendous trouble. Now, I know there are some of you who are saying that only if the Red Sox have been able to win just a few more games, then perhaps it would be the Red Sox who would be going to the World Series instead. Well, trust me on this one, too. We're much better off staying home. We're much better off watching Toronto get their asses handed to them instead. In other words, I think they did us a favor. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You gonna rake all those leaves? That's why you need to get yourself a Ego battery-powered leaf blower. It's lightweight. You can yield it like a lightsaber and go totally Jedi style on those things. Get your Ego blower today at Rocky's. $199 with your Ace Rewards card. Only at Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:08 and Bon Jovi with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 66. It's 50 right now in downtown Springfield. We got, what do we got coming up? We got somebody from Rick's Place coming up later on this morning, talk about the big art show they got going on.
Yeah, and tomorrow on the show, not only will we have Marty in the studio, but also we'll have tickets to see Rush at Mohegan Sun. That's coming up tomorrow on this very show.
Rush.
Tickets that you might not possibly be able to buy because they'll all be sold out. We have a pair to give away.
A pair?
I think we actually have a couple, but only one that we're giving away tomorrow.
Oh, so we're just like kind of dangling it over the people's heads like a dog cracker.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way to drag them all in and keep them there because they're all thinking, "Ooh, I could win Rush tickets." Yes, you can if you're lucky.
Have you decorated for Halloween?
No.
You don't do any decorating. Do you do Christmas decorating? Do you do any of the decorating?
We do Christmas decorations.
Christmas.
It's about it.
All these people doing these elaborate Halloween things. There's a guy over in right before you go to the Wilbraham line into Indian Orchard, Ludlow area there, by the Regal Beagle there.
I know exactly the houses you're talking about. There's like three houses that are doing it.
How much money have you spent in decorations alone?
Some of those big giant ones,
they're like $1,000.
Yeah. But, one of those houses, and this I don't understand, because this is the reason I don't participate in the decorating of my yard. Once the season is over with, they kind of need to be all put away.
Yeah.
But in that one house, they've got like a 15-foot skeleton that is in the front yard year-round. And I think the reason why it's there year-round is they don't have space to take it down and put it somewhere.
Well, it's probably a big pain in the ass to take it down, too.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Like every other decoration.
Yeah.
But, it's very, very elaborate.
I don't know. These people, they get into it with the amount of money being spent on this stuff. It's crazy.
Some people are ridiculously into it. And we don't get trick-or-treaters in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
No one ever comes except, the lady who lives a couple doors down from us. She'll walk by with her grandkids, and we'll sit in the front porch, and that'll be about it. But that's it. We get nothing. So who we decorating for?
Yourselves.
Yeah, I don't need that.
You don't need that.
Not if it's just for me. No.
See, I live on a main road. You drive by my house at 50 miles an hour anyway. You're not going to see anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to take the time to appreciate it.
See, in Hamden, there really are no main roads. Not even Main Street is really a main road, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, isn't it a state highway?
No, I don't think so.
There's no state highways that go through Hamden, Wilbraham?
Wilbraham Road.
Yeah.
Allen Street.
Nobody's
really
taking a look.
No.
But I'm just amazed at how much money people spend on anything. I told you I had that friend who's got the wife's got the Labubu's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't realize how much these things are, and you don't know what you're gonna get when you get the box.
Well, how much is a Labubu?
They're like $40 each.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
And
Labubu's.
oh my God, I just put cost of Labubu dolls.
Yeah.
There's one here for $179.
Yeah, well, you can get $31. You can get one. You don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, but apparently the Labubu hide and seek is for whatever reason, that's a valuable Labubu. I never understood that. And you know what? How many times have you seen people that go, hog wild on these collectibles, and then all of a sudden, many years later, when they think they're going to make a fortune, they wind up being worth nothing, like Beanie Babies, worth nothing now.
And that's what I'm getting at. Like, okay, fine. If they were like, under $10, I could see somebody, getting into a collection of them. But to collect all these things, like I showed you the video of my friend's house.
Yeah.
The entire house is filled with these Labubu dolls. And those Pop-It things, too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The figurines. It's like, how
much
money you could be saving.
There are some things that, really do increase in value, but you got to take care of them. Some baseball cards, for example. You got to get lucky to get a baseball card and a package and with the stale stick of the bubble gum.
Yeah.
But beyond that, the collectible ones are already been traded and are worth, thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
But I don't know of too many people really making a fortune off their old Beanie Babies or their old Cabbage Patch Kids or their old packages of Pokemon cards. Who's doing that?
Here's what I want to know. How does something become a thing? Like, how did this thing become so popular?
Did you ever see the documentary? This is a legitimate documentary about the guy that invented the Beanie Baby.
No.
It's actually an amazing story. So basically, he made these dolls, and some became limited edition. So as soon as that happened, they were considered to be valuable. Ultimately, what this guy did is he wound up being completely financially irresponsible and lost the company. So these things are now, and with lots of controversy around it. So now he basically damaged and wiped away the entire value of the Beanie Baby franchise.
Wow.
Totally blew it. Completely blew it. And so now you got all these dopes that have been collecting these things for years, hoping that one day they'll leave it for their grandkids.
They're not worth jack squat.
Not worth jack squat. And your grandkids are all going to put them in a dumpster and leave them. Same thing, I got to believe, with these Labubu things or...
Yeah.
Like for example...
They're nasty looking.
Did your mom or your grandparents ever collect those Precious Moment figurines?
Is that the ones with the faceless? Are they faceless?
No, those have faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're
Yadros.
Yeah,
any of those collectibles.
My mother had the faceless statues.
Yeah. Who can tell me they've actually made serious money on that stuff today?
You know where they all went? To a shop.
Yeah.
We sold everything for $200.
Right.
Just to get it out of the house.
And I'm going to assume your mom thought this is going to be worth tens of thousands of dollars for my family.
No, I don't know if she ever thought of it that way.
Some people did.
Somebody probably did. But we had, my dad used to collect those Steins from the Avon company.
Oh, yeah. Figure that would be worth
something. The Steins
something.
that you couldn't even use anyway. They weren't like durable.
They weren't meant for drinking. They were purely meant for decorating.
Putting on your mantle.
Yeah.
What a waste.
It is a waste. And at some point, that thing that you value, that you have, worked so hard to build up, is going to be thrown away and forgotten by future generations that simply do not care to have that in their homes.
I just wish I knew of something that would increase in value. You never know. You never know what is going to catch on and what's going to be wanted by somebody years down the road.
I don't know. Baseball cards seem to have done fairly well, but not. I mean, you have to have a special card to really make any serious cash.
And how many of them are actually rarities?
Right. Not that many. They don't produce. I don't think like today's baseball cards are nearly as valuable.
I have a Nolan Ryan card.
Yeah.
I looked up online. It's worth 30 cents.
Yeah.
Because everybody had this one. It was like, I'm thinking it's like a rarity or something like that. Ain't
No,
rarity.
it's not a rarity.
No.
Even as great as Nolan Ryan was, and I love Nolan Ryan, it may have value value to me, but it wouldn't have value to a dealer or someone who's got a serious interest in Nolan Ryan memorabilia.
Yeah. I have a Raleigh Fingers with devil horns drawn on them and pin. I don't think that's worth anything.
Probably not.
No, but he was the devil.
He wasn't the devil. He was a great reliever for the A's and the Milwaukee.
He had a dark personal life, though. How do you think he got the name Fingers?
That was his actual last name.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was.
Or it was?
Yeah, it was. It was, Fingers.
I got to stop watching TikToks.
You really do.
Wrong documentaries.
You truly do.
Raleigh Fingers, the deadly story.
You know I met him, right?
You did?
I met Raleigh Fingers.
Did you get to touch the mustache?
I asked to touch the mustache.
You were told no.
At first I was told no. Then I continued to ask him again, and he let me touch his mustache.
Oh. And
very stiff.
Yeah, I bet.
And so was the mustache.
Zing! Look at you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Oh,
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had that experience.
It was a great experience. Yeah. Hall of Fame relief pitcher, Raleigh Fingers, got to touch his mustache.
You know,
By the way, it was not the only person to ever get to touch his mustache. A lot of other baseball wives got to touch his mustache, too.
I bet
you know what I'm saying? Because
he's
Fingers.
It was called,
That's right.
He was batting cleanup.
Yes,
he was.
They all love the three-finger fastball.
Yes, they did. They did.
Just a little bit inside.
All right, we're done.
Little chin music. It's 8:19 at Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's just about 8:27, and Def Leppard with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sully has the full forecast for you.
A couple of things. It's a Shop Tuesday here at Rock 102 this morning at 9 o'clock. If you go to rock102.com, you could save up to 30% to the Galaxy Restaurant in East Hampton using fresh ingredients with their own twist. That starts at 9 o'clock at the Shop 30 store at rock102.com. Don't miss out. I also want to mention, because I got a bunch of messages yesterday and even today about the Mayflower Marathon Thunderbird hockey jerseys. Those are on sale now at the Rock 102 offices at 45 Fisher Avenue here in East Longmeadow. They're on sale between 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So if you got here at like 8:27 in the morning, you're going to be waiting a while for the office to open. If you get here at 5:15 at night, we're closed. So you can't get them then. And by the way, they're limited edition. There's only a finite number of them out there. So you got to move quickly. They only cost $20. All the proceeds go to the Mayflower Marathon. These are sharp-looking shirts. I love mine.
Yeah.
You love yours. They're fantastic. So if you get them, you got to move quickly, and you got to do it according to the rules of our office.
The rules of the office.
We're not the ones setting the rules. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
We were just talking about Halloween earlier.
Yeah.
Here's a good article. Why go to the rich neighborhoods for trick-or-treating when you can go to the morgue instead?
Ooh, I like that.
Yesterday, the Pueblo County Coroner's Office, I'm not sure where this is, announced it was throwing a Halloween party on October 31st, hoping to provide a safe and sweet Halloween celebration for the community. Kind of weird, but okay. The local coroner isn't the first place I'd take children on Halloween, but it's hard to hate on someone wanting to bring a little joy and candy to children in a supervised setting. Some murder fetishizing influencers or podcast hosts would be down, and it's still way less creepy than what's going on at the evangelical church. Well done, Coroner's Office. But parties are all about expectations, and the Pueblo County Coroner's Office probably should have expected raised eyebrows while announcing a public Halloween party less than 2 months after the office was at the center of a nationally infamous controversy involving hidden and decomposing bodies.
All right.
In late August, Pueblo County Coroner Brian Cotter was busted for allegedly stuffing well over a dozen decomposing bodies and cremains behind a hidden door at a mortuary in Pueblo. The case is still under investigation, but Cotter quickly resigned after pressure from local authorities and Governor Jared Polis. According to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, the total number of bodies found at the mortuary is still unknown. Who said at that meeting, after this guy had resigned and accused of stuffing bodies, hey, you know what would really get this community spirit going? A Halloween party right here in this office where we were accused of hiding decomposing bodies.
Yeah. That'll be really spooky.
Yeah. People just don't think when they come up with some... Do you think it was like some kind of, hey, we need to get our popularity back here. Let's throw a Halloween party.
I can't think of a better way to get our business back on track by scaring the living bejesus out of people.
Yeah. Bobbing for apples.
Embalming for apples.
Embalming for apples.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
you
go.
have all
Oh,
these
boy.
kind of freaky things going on.
Formaldehyde shots for everybody here.
Well, hey, I guess there's been worse ideas out there.
We got news next to Rock 102. 8:34 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The state Senate passed a bill to strengthen roadside safety on both highways and roads in our region. The goal of the bill is to prevent more crashes, injuries, and fatalities on Massachusetts roads. The Massachusetts Senate approving a bill doubling down on roadside protections for utility crews and anyone who has to work or stop while on the road. It's titled an act relative to the Move Over Law. That's not a very original title.
That's kind of a lousy name for it.
The original Move Over Law, which requires drivers to slow down and move over one lane, covers police, fire, and emergency services, tow trucks, and highway maintenance crews. This Senate-approved expansion would ensure utility workers, who often face the same roadside dangers as well as stranded motorists, receive the same level of protection when their hazard lights are flashing. Road work isn't just limited to highway maintenance vehicles of first responders and tow trucks. We have aging infrastructure, and we have gas workers, utility workers that work for the phone companies, for the electric companies, for the gas companies, said State Senator Jake Oliveira. Under the legislation, fines for violating the Move Over Law will increase to $250 for a second offense and $500 for a third and subsequent violations. Repeat offenders will also be required to complete driver education to reinforce safe driving practices. You see it all the time. People just zip by people who are in the breakdown lane like they're clearly just get out of the way. You don't have to stop for them or anything, but just move over.
It is amazing how often that does happen. Mm-hmm. And it's even amazing when you got emergency vehicles going through. People don't pull over to the side of the road too.
Yeah,
I saw that the other day. There was an ambulance driving down. I think it was like Wilbraham Road, and most of us pull over to the right side of the street. But there's all these people that think, well, I'm not going to get caught up in this. Maybe if I go faster, I won't have to pull over. It's like, dude, the law is you pull over. Same thing when there's something going on the side of the highway and the state cops. Get out of the way. You are in the way.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. A man from East Windsor was arrested following a police investigation at Foxwoods on Monday. The man was identified as 40-year-old David Griswold of the Broadbrook neighborhood in East Windsor. The Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation Police Department said Griswold was charged with 2 counts of criminal attempt at first-degree assault, 2 counts of unlawful restraint, breach of peace, interfering with police, 2 counts of first-degree reckless endangerment, and carrying a pistol or a revolver under the influence of alcohol. At a casino?
That's unusual.
His bond was set at $1 million. He was given a court date of today in New London. Tribal police said 2 people were unlawfully held in a Fox Tower hotel room by Griswold. Tribal police issued multiple statements throughout the day. I wonder, was he like holding them ransom for wampum points? You give me 50,000 wampum points and I'll let them go.
I don't think that's legal anywhere.
Well, only at the casino.
Are wampum points transferable? I have no idea.
Well, he probably was checking out of the hotel room. It's a Monday.
I guess.
Unless he was checking in on a hotel on a Monday morning. Who's drinking and has guns with them?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The Virginia Department of Public Health is reporting a sharp increase in hand, foot, and mouth disease cases. This is one of the top stories on Western Mass News.
Well, it's going around, Steve.
Yeah.
This is serious stuff.
Health officials say the viral infection seems to be spreading through schools and daycare facilities, with the average number of cases having roughly tripled so far this year. Just to give you some of the idea of the data, in past years, we may have seen between 45 to 60 outbreaks reported per year. This year, we have over 165 outbreaks of the disease reported. That's Dawn Satie, the epidemiologist with the Virginia Department of Public Health. Dr. Mark Flazenbaum, that sounds made up.
No, I thought, but that's his real name.
Founder and co-worker of KidMed Pediatric Urgent Care, and his staff noticed a surge in cases across the group's multiple locations. All the staff here have noticed a significant increase, and around the country they're seeing it as well, and it's believed to be due to a new strain. There's something called the A6 out there that seems to be spreading more rapidly. Makes the A5 look like chickenpox.
Let's hope we didn't get to an A7.
The CDC reports Coxsackie virus.
That's not it.
Yeah, I'm not. It's spelled like Coxsackie, New York.
Really?
Yeah, Coxsackie virus A6.
I don't want to catch that.
Did you ever have a Coxsackie virus A6 or
I have
A5?
not. I don't want that all over me.
It's causing more severe symptoms as well. I had this once. I told you this.
Hand, foot, and mouth?
It was awful.
Yeah.
I got it. My kids never got it, but they were at a daycare that did have it.
And they carried it over to you.
Carried it over to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was, to have as an adult is awful. It was probably one of the worst fevers and chills that I've ever experienced.
And it's going around. This is why it's a big deal. It's a lot of people think, oh, how bad can that be? Well, if you got it or you've had it, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You don't want it.
You don't want any of that. It's not good.
No.
It sores in your mouth. Your hands start getting speckled.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gross.
I don't have any shirts to match all the speckles.
Oh, who does?
Not even like thinning, vertical stripes. That's not going to help you out at all.
A quad and a dirt bike were both taken off Springfield streets during off-highway vehicle enforcement across the city last weekend. Police arrested 30-year-old Gerson De La Rosa Jimenez around 1:30 Saturday after he was seen popping wheelies and riding his dirt bike recklessly in the area of Randall Place. While his bike was street legal, the rider didn't have a motorcycle license and was arrested and his bike was seized. Just over an hour later, in the same area, officers got more complaints about illegal activity and arrested 61-year-old Scott Roberts. He's 61 years old riding, even a 30-year-old riding a dirt bike through the city streets.
Listen, this isn't you're not doing motocross in the middle of East Springfield, okay?
It's a great way to stay in shape.
No, it's not. It's a great way to get yourself arrested.
Well, I mean, it is a mental game, and it is, one of those things that you do need good core energy in order to handle a dirt bike.
Now, unless you have, and again, I'm not passing judgment on this guy, unless you have like a history of reckless behavior, I can't think of a single reason why a 61-year-old man would be doing this.
'Cause, man, we cracked open a 30-pack of Natty Ice this morning. And
Again,
we're halfway there.
All about the reckless behavior.
Yeah. Certain dog and cat foods have been recalled after the companies discovered they could be contaminated with salmonella. I thought dogs love salmon.
It's the vanilla I don't like.
Oh, it's the Ella?
Yeah, the vanilla, the salmon vanilla.
According to the U.S. FDA.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Hey, you let me worry about my FDA. Salmonella bacteria can sicken animals eating the food and people handling the products. The FDA warns symptoms in people. All right, no, we know the symptoms of what that is. But the Raw Bistro Pet Fair of Cannon Falls, Minnesota is recalling 2 sides of frozen beef dog food. Frozen dog food?
Oh, yeah. The raw dog food industry is actually a real thing.
Really?
Yeah.
The recalled products are the Raw Bistro Dog Fair grass-fed beef entree frozen in 3-pound bags and the Dog Fair grass-fed beef entree.
No appetizers?
No appetizers. The frozen sealed packages were shipped to customers and select distributors in California, Colorado, Illinois, Massachusetts, and Minnesota between September 1st and September 17th. The contamination was discovered after the FDA testing product of samples. What's in the bowl is the name of the one of the products.
Yeah.
What's in the bowl?
It's like an old,
old
Andrew Dice Clay line.
Hey, what's in the bowl, bitch? The Raw Dog Barkery and the Bell Pepper Cats.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you want to stay away from. I don't know.
Yeah. No, the frozen dog food, raw food industry for dog food, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Apparently it's good for the dog.
Yeah, but it must make a mess.
Well, no more so than if you got them, your dog's eating canned food.
I knew a woman who did, she put she fed her dog raw chicken,
Oh, yeah, that's not right.
and the dog got sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, raw chicken I wouldn't suggest.
No. An Oklahoma man accused of impersonating an attorney and sneaking into the Oklahoma County Detention Center to see his girlfriend is speaking out. Court documents say that on October 13th, Aaron Oldham went to the jail trying to get power of attorney paperwork signed for his girlfriend, Christine Hiller, an inmate. Online jail records say Hiller was booked into jail on October 6th in connection with charges out of Douglas County, Nevada. During his October 13th visit, documents say Oldham went to the attorney's visitation area of the jail and started portraying himself as Hiller's attorney, allegedly telling staff that we are trained in patience. Investigators say Hiller was brought to the attorney's visitation booth with Oldham, and after filled out the power of attorney paperwork, they began hugging and kissing. Oldham left the jail but was arrested the same day for false impersonation because investigators realized he didn't have any legal training or a license to practice law. Do the laws of love not count, babe?
Not in the courts. It does not.
He says it's a silly misunderstanding and he will never interact with that system again. He's a very law-abiding person. He did not want to explain the details of the allegations.
Yeah, very law-abiding, up until that part where he's breaking the law.
Oh, you ever have conjugal visit sex?
No.
That sex will melt your face off.
I'm sure it would.
Yeah.
That's not. I've never had it, though.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today. Sunny with a high of 66. It is 50 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:52, and Pearl Jam with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny and 66 today. It is 50 in downtown Springfield. Rick's Place is a nonprofit organization out of Wilbraham, and that provides free grief support to children and teens and their families. And on the phone with us this morning is the program director from Rick's Place, Betsy Flores. Good morning, Betsy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me today, guys.
You're welcome. Give us a little information about Rick's Place of people who have never heard of it before.
Yes, absolutely. So we are based in Wilbraham, but we provide support throughout our local communities, and we support families and their children ages 5 to 18 after they've had a death of someone significant, typically a caregiver or a sibling. And we also provide education in the wider community about the impact of grief on young people and families.
All right, and tell us what's going on with the art show that's coming up in November.
Yes, so November is National Children's Grief Awareness Month, and one of the ways that we try to connect with the community and help spread this awareness about the way that grief impacts people is by recognizing this national month, and we do that through our art show. This is our third year that we're doing this, and we are having the reception, and the entire month will be at Springfield College. And the art show is really featuring pieces made by our young participants and their adult caregivers. And the art really reflects their personal experiences with grief and just kind of gives us, a different view into their personal experiences.
This is Betsy Flores from Rick's Place. I want to ask you about that because I was reading that the artists involved here have all been through some level of loss in their lives, and I would imagine that the different images that you're seeing in this artwork, everyone grieves in a different way, and I got to believe that in a real profound way, all the art pieces are very, very different, person to person, artist by artist too.
Absolutely, yeah. So we know grief is a universal experience, right? We're all going to experience the death of someone significant at some point in our lives. But it's a really unique experience for each of us. And I think particularly with kids, it can be hard for them to put a name to what they're feeling. It can be hard for them to identify all of the different feelings. And so using art as an expressive medium sometimes gives them a voice in a different way that they wouldn't have had. And you'll see, right, like developmentally, all of the pieces look very different. We have a 5-year-old who's, drawing their experience versus a 16-year-old is going to look very different. But I think they're all really emotionally connecting, and I think it's just another wonderful way for them to have a voice and to be seen and heard, which is something that I think when people are grieving, they often feel misunderstood and alone, and they feel like they have to hide. So this is a way that they can come out and say, this is, my experience. This is the way I stay connected to the person that I've lost. and I want you to know about it, and I want you to know about them. So that's a little bit about what we get to see in this art show.
And again, the Colors of Grief, Shades of Love and Loss is going to be happening on Monday, November 3rd from 5 to 7:30 p.m. This is at Springfield College, right, at the Blizzard Art Gallery?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And so, we'll have an opening reception that evening where you can come out, meet the artists. There will also be a community memory wall, so if someone is coming and there's someone that they're remembering that has died, we welcome them to come and be a part of that community piece, bring a photograph of them. We're also going to be collecting non-perishable items for the Mayflower Marathon, so we welcome people to bring an item that evening. And the gallery will be open throughout the month of November, so if you can't make it to the opening reception, we still hope that you'll get there to see this powerful show.
So, yeah, it starts November 3rd, and the exhibit closes on the 21st, correct?
Correct.
So where exactly on the camp on Springfield College is this gallery?
Yeah, so it's actually in the art building. Many people may not know where that is, but if you are familiar with the baseball fields, it's directly across from there, and it's on the second floor. So easy access, easy parking. We'll have signs and things out so people will be able to find us. And it's just a great space, and the young artists feel so special being able to be, in a real gallery. So we're really thankful for the support that Springfield College has given us through this last couple of years as well with the show.
Excellent. Betsy Flores from Rick's Place. Again, the event is Monday, November 3rd from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the William Blizzard Art Gallery at Springfield College. Betsy, we appreciate the time this morning. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate all of your support.
Thank you. It's just about 8:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.